Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the moon in the 6th house in a natal chart. And first off, um, what I want to say is when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the moon placements in the houses. They're a little bit concise. And some people may have referred to them as snappy, so what I decided to do is make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up, well, the moon in the 6th house is comparable to the moon in Virgo, but naturally, of course, you got to blend in the zodiac sign when making the interpretation and delineation on it. Now, the thing is, the moon in astrology is connected with our emotional needs. So when you have the moon in the 6th house, it's about emotional needs can be tied into work, employment, service, things that are health related, health, fitness, diet, nutrition, analysis. It could be diagnostic work, such as diagnosing a vehicle. If you have the moon in Gemini in the 6th house, as an example, that may give a propensity toward maybe analyzing, diagnosing vehicles, cars. And also there may be emotional needs may be tied into hygiene, just general cleanliness, organizing, compartmentalizing things. And these people can be, may have a proclivity to worry. So as a result, there may be issues with the digestive system. Uh, the thing about this is, the moon is also connected with our emotions. So the moon in the 6th house, emotions may often be expressed toward an aunt, an uncle, fellow employees, one's pets. Um, it could be at their place of employment in general, whether it's employees or other people that are present there. Matters with health and hygiene, this person may become more, emotional about than the average person. But I noticed that people with the moon in the 6th house, because it takes on, Virgo overtones and undercurrents, tend to complain often about things, that are connected with hygiene. Somebody doesn't smell right to them or something, or there's something not clean. They're often the ones to point it out more so than most other people on average. Now, in some cases that may be remote, there may be some germophobic or hypochondriac tendencies. Now, I don't know if those words actually apply now, but there is, there is some cases people can become, very obsessed, with matters that are, health related, and taking precautions that are health related to an extreme in some cases. Now, another thing about this placement, remember the moon is also associated with our responses and reactions. So the moon in the 6th house, may, emphasize, responding and reacting more, to health related matters. There may be more, person may become more emotional on these matters more so than most matters that are connected the reactions and responses to, people may often emphasize responding, to an aunt, an uncle, a fellow employee, people at their place of employment, people that are also prominent in one's daily routine, and also to just the reactions may sometimes be worrisome, anxious. It's a lot of time, person may often respond in a way, when it comes to, that something has to be clean or sanitized. This person may be the one to do it more so, than, most people on average. And the thing about this too is keep in mind, the fact this is the 6th house of physical health related issues, and the moon is associated with the stomach, the breast, chest, ribs, and also the left or right eye, depending on gender. So there may be physical related issues with those things that I just mentioned as well. Another thing too is that the moon in astrology is associated with our mother and family. And when you have the moon in the 6th house in the natal chart, these people may figure prominently in matters that are connected with your employment, the general work you do, matters that are service related, your health, your diet, nutrition, just your daily routine in general. These people may figure more prominently in your life on a day-to-day basis than most people. Yes, the mother and the family, may often be involved in someone's life on a day-to-day basis, regardless of astrological placements, but it may be more emphasized in this case more so than most people. Now, the thing about this too is, when you look at this as well, the mother and family may also, in some cases, cause more reason for the person to worry more so than most people, and it may be involved more with one's pets, just taking care of them, as an example. Now, another thing too about the moon in astrology, it has a connection with the public. So when you have the moon positive in the sixth house, this could be something where you may be involved in some kind of public service to others. It could be you may work with the public. It may involve some kind of repairing, fixing something, some diagnostic work. I know someone that had this placement that fixed vehicles. He had a Gemini ascendant, so I mean he was naturally dexterous and handy, with things, being proficient, working on cars, trucks, what have you. He was also too, the public may have more of an effect on you in terms of worrying in some cases. It may be more involved in your daily routine. It could be, where, the public as well, maybe again, it could be that cause, to become anxious, in some cases. It may also be, as well, when you have this placement in your chart. And keep in mind, the moon in astrology is associated with the unconscious side of the person. So, if the moon is positive in your sixth house in your natal chart, that side may often be expressed to an aunt, to an uncle, to fellow employees, just people that are prominent in your place of employment in general, your daily routine. Um, it could be, with people that they're involved in health in your life. If you know somebody at a health and fitness place, as an example, people there, this is where people may see, your that unconscious side where you may have a tendency to express it more with others, more so than other sectors of your life. So now, and there also could be, fluctuations in one's health and their daily routine as well with the moon in the sixth house. So another thing associated with the moon in astrology is our memories. So, the person may be someone that may want to reflect and reminisce on a day-to-day basis. There may be memories strongly tied into cleaning, sanitation, one's health. It could be health-related issues, matters with organization, cleanliness, compartmentalizing. It could be such as defragging a computer, matters pertaining to fellow employees, as some examples, and also one's diet, nutrition, their health or hygiene as well. And the thing about this as well, the moon in astrology reflects nurturing and caring. So, when you have this placement in your natal chart, this person, may be more inclined, to nurture, protect, and care for an aunt, an uncle, fellow employees, people that are prominent in one's place of employment. Things, sixth house is about analysis, so it could be where the person may analyze these things more. How am I going to care for this person? Who am I going to care for? As some examples. And also doing things that are, it could be where the person may also nurture and care for their pets. more so than most people on average. I had a prominent family member that had this in her sixth house. The moon was in its, she had her moon in its detriment in Capricorn, so you would think, there was a cold or callous side to her maybe, but the fact it was in her sixth house showed she still was able to nurture, care for her pet. She had a pet cat, very consistently, routinely on a day-to-day basis, and was very, I said, with the moon being Capricorn, very structured and consistent in these matters. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay up.